Hello, everyone, and welcome to Money and You. I'm alone today, but I am hoping that Iwana will join me. Everyone's pretty busy, but here we go. The show must go on. Okay, so today we will be talking about life assurance. And this is because there's a lot of people, who haven't set anything aside for their loved ones in case something happened to them. All right. And there's a lot of people who actually cannot actually afford to save up money. So the route to go to make sure that there is something, financially set aside is a chance of actually, looking into setting up a life insurance policy. I mean, especially now with the pandemic, it's pretty difficult now for people to have a disposable income. Well, some people, I mean, for other people, for others, the pandemic has been absolutely amazing for them. They've become billionaires. They have made a lot of money, depending on what type of job that they have. Here comes Iwana.
Hello, hello,
Hi.
how are you? I'm sorry, I'm a little bit delayed, but I'm having a crazy day.
No
I just,
problem, no
okay,
problem, and
perfect.
no problem. And also, my Wi-Fi, I don't think it's working really well, so I'm very
Okay.
pixelated today. And,
I also have a bit bad Wi-Fi. I'm in the bar, just random place I found just to join you for this important meeting.
this is great, but
Yeah.
your vision actually is clearer than mine.
Ah,
My
yes?
Wi-Fi is
Perfect,
really
perfect,
bad, but as long as
perfect.
people can see me, and this is the most important.
Or
So
hear
I
you. You're
started.
so smart. Sure.
I
If you don't
started.
mind, I will just open Coca-Cola because I'm low in
Absolutely, go for
sugar.
it.
Okay,
Go
thank you very
for
much.
it. Go for it. I started by introducing to people
Uh-huh.
about the opportunity to take out a life insurance policy
Mm-hmm.
if you are in a low income household,
Uh-huh.
or if your circumstances have changed because of the
Sure.
pandemic. People have lost jobs, people's, they've had to take a pay cut, you know what I mean?
Sure.
But I also mentioned the fact that some people during the pandemic became very rich.
Of course. If there is like this, always there is a crisis. There are people who lose everything, and there are people who are making the business who know how to adapt and take advantage of absolutely everything.
Yeah. I also talked about the fact that there are some people, well, I started to do the introduction. There are some people when, who make money, like still making the same money, but actually don't have sufficient, like, disposable income to put aside to save, so that if
Yes.
something happens to them, at least their loved ones are not left with financial headache.
Yeah, that's true. That is a common problem in finance management, making money and not being
Exactly.
able to save or invest as much as we would like to.
Exactly. I mean, these days it's very difficult, with, a lot of people to actually have some savings, per se, because I think majority of people, me included, when I get paid, all my money goes because I
Oh, wow. What are you
have
doing then?
because
What
I
are you buying?
have
What are you spending?
I have responsibilities,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
have my daughter, she's still going to school.
that's true.
So at the moment, I'm like a walking ATM.
It's not hard, eh? I know kids may be
Yeah.
expensive. I'm a lucky owner of a dog, and it's enough expensive for me at the moment.
Yes, exactly. You were very, very lucky. I mean, with the dog, they're kind of like self-sufficient. You just need to buy a few kind of like, dog food and whatever. But it
Yeah, of
can
course.
become expensive as well with dogs.
Well,
If, they have an illness and you have to take them to the vet, this can become quite expensive as well. But,
course.
for
But nothing to
anyone,
compare. Of course, the kid, the daughter going to school, of course, it's a lot of expense, it's a lot of
yeah,
work. I
I
admire
have to
you
pay
because
for
you are
school
really brave.
fees. I have to pay for school fees, which are absolutely astronomical because I don't have to, but I have to because I want her to have a good education. That's my choice. And obviously, with that, I know that, when you make these kind of choices, therefore you have to be financially ready.
Definitely.
Um,
Kids are
yeah,
investment. I don't have
yes,
any yet,
exactly.
but I
For her
imagine.
future, for her future. And also, she has activities.
Yes,
She has to do like, gym and all these kind of things. And
of course.
aside from these kind of like uh, outside school activities, she has a social life. So she needs money for that.
Teenager life. And apart from that,
Yes.
I know that your daughter is becoming a model. So come
Uh-huh.
on, of course, it needs a lot of preparation, extra classes, not only the classes she has at school, I suppose. So of course, you are
Yeah.
doing a great job, huh?
She needs to go out with her friends, and it's very expensive because she goes out on Friday and on Saturdays, the most expensive
Yeah.
days in
Yes.
life. Basically, so she needs that, and then outside that she needs clothes, you know
Of course,
she needs
like a
school
girl.
books, she needs school uniform things.
Of
So
course, it's a
it's
lot of
like,
things.
I'm sure there's so many people out there who
Yeah.
are potentially in a similar situation to me because I am a single parent. So I don't have anybody else to kind of like help me. I
Yeah.
have to help myself. So everything that I do and the way that I move has responsibility, written on my mind. It's like a tattoo.
Yes. You are doing a great job. And coming back also to all
Thank you.
expenses, no, I know you look, I know you're doing a great job, especially as you're saying, you're single parent. It of course is hard, but about clothes and fashion for your daughter and for you, come on, you are a fashion designer. So this topic,
I
I
know, but
think
I can't
this is
keep
really
designing for
special.
her.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah,
keep
yeah,
designing for her all the time.
yeah.
you know, I can't keep designing for her all the time. But really, why I bring it back to home, because I am in a similar boat to, I would think, maybe 75% of people out there, whether they are on a single income, household or a double income household. There are some people where it's a double income household
Yes.
and they still don't see their money.
Always money is important.
Yes, when they get paid. So the easiest way and the cheapest option is to make sure that you have a life insurance policy. Okay. This life insurance policy can protect you from sickness, first of all, because if you fall ill,
Hmm.
that money is gone. Then one income is not there in the family.
Of course.
So
Well, you
you
can
need.
be on sick leave. This is also
Yes,
possible in
but you
Spain.
still don't get paid as much, and maybe it depends on what kind of sickness that you have, or maybe you've lost a limb. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So it means that you have lost that income, basically.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure that you are protected yourself
Yes.
from the loss of income. So you can get either a lump sum, okay, if something happens to you if you fall ill,
Hmm.
or you can get a monthly income, for a
Yeah, two
certain
ways.
number of years for life.
Okay. You can choose the way you prefer, or it's established by your insurance company.
Yes, exactly. So check this, and sometimes some insurance companies will cover existing illnesses. If there's any kind of illnesses that you have, they will cover them. But some insurance companies will not cover existing illnesses. But you must be very honest when you take out these insurances, because if you lie when
Uh-huh.
you're completing the paperwork, and if something happens to you, you will be screwed because they will do their due diligence
Uh-huh.
before they can pay you.
Yes, but I think it kind of sounds kind of tricky and unfair because imagine if I'm ill, I'm taking an insurance to be covered from my illness, and looks like only healthy people and super happy can benefit from like or health insurance. This like unbelievable for me because what you just said, like if I have an illness,
No,
I don't have the right for this. Mm,
but
why it's like this?
this is why it's always good to be honest with the insurance company and tell them if you've had any pre-existing conditions. You have to tell them, because sometimes some of them will accept you, but the premiums will be a little bit higher. So for example,
Oh, I
if you
see.
are super duper healthy, maybe you pay 15 euros. But if you've had like some pre-existing condition that they put a list,
Mm-hmm.
and if you've had any of these pre-existing conditions, maybe you pay 30 euros a month. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see. But those pre-existing conditions include like a disease you have, like I don't know, hepatitis is the only one that's running out of my
Like you've
brain,
had cancer
or
before, you know?
oh, but you have like this disease by yourself, or maybe you have in your genes, like your family members had it
You
before.
have to, okay, so with these questions that
Uh-huh.
you complete on the questionnaire, you
Mm-hmm.
must answer about your family history. You must tell them,
Mm-hmm.
because really, if you lie, that 30 euros per month will just be like dead. They would not pay out once they find out, because they
Yes.
do find out. It's interesting. They don't do their due diligence when you are completing your questionnaire, because it's not important to them,
Um,
because they are trusting
only when they
you.
have to pay.
Yes, they're trusting,
Yes.
the onus is on you to actually, tell them everything about yourself. So
Uh-huh.
before the payout, they will absolutely investigate everything, and believe me, they will find out.
So finally, they don't trust you. Basically, they allow you to fulfill the form to make the bureaucracy work faster, and they check on you whenever you need their help.
They want to make sure that
Uh-huh.
the claim is accurate and it's
Uh-huh.
honest, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and they also want to avoid fraud, fraudulent,
Oh, I see.
claimants, because there are people who actually see this as an opportunity to make money.
Oh, really? How does it look
Yes.
like? How can you make money out of insurance company? What
Well,
can you
there's
do? You sign a paper and you go and crash the car? I think it's a bit risky as a business idea, huh?
you will be so surprised. I have read some stories where
Uh-huh.
like people actually pretend that they're ill, and or they've had an illness, or they fell and they've had an injury, because
Hmm.
they know that the insurance is going to pay out, you know,
But you
and
can't
then they
fake it. How can you fake it with medical checks?
I don't know, but there are some people doing this kind of thing. This is
Yeah.
like their niche, to kind of
Yeah.
like fake insurance claims, get money, buy a big house or buy a nice car, and then like not work,
That is
because
unbelievable.
really,
Unbelievable.
when it comes to it, really, the money that they're getting from the insurance company is much more than if they go to work. There are some people who actually do this, you know.
Well, I don't think it's correct, but looking from the like practical point
Absolutely.
of view, of course, it's a way of living, I suppose, like a lifestyle. You are on
Yeah.
holidays, on a sick leave, but without being sick. So finally, but how did it
I
affect?
think everything in life, people will find a way to kind of like try and cheat the system, but in the end they do get caught, because you can only cheat the system for so long, and then you get caught in the end. So this is it. But coming back to the actual topic,
Mm-hmm.
I highly recommend that not only if you have got responsibilities, but also for yourself, especially on the sickness side. If your company doesn't pay sick pay, or even if your company pays sick pay, you need to find out how much you would get and how long you would get it for. You can top that sick pay by taking out a life insurance policy that protects you, for that,
Mm-hmm.
and make sure that
Yes.
if anything did happen for you, especially if you became like disabled, and not able to move anything and what have you, that
Yeah.
life insurance can give you the option to get help, paid help, so that you're not a burden, on your loved ones, or people that are very close to you, and you can still be very independent and be able to, I
Yes, of
suppose,
course.
to live,
Yes.
and for children, for people with children, parents out there, all
Yes.
parents watching this video, please listen very carefully. If you are like me, okay, you live on a paycheck month to month, make sure that you dip in your pockets and you take out life insurance policy for death and critical illness. All right? So that your loved ones do not have to suffer too, as well as yourself, because having a change in your physical, abilities has a significant impact, not only mentally, but financially. It could be very stressful. So try and think of that. It's very important because a lot of people don't trust insurance companies.
It's so hard and sad topic,
It is,
But
but it is
honestly,
real life.
yes, yes, of course. I mean, I know deep in myself, I know you are right, but as basically I'm kind of believer of, believing in good things and good things happening to me, and
I do
focusing on good
too.
things. Those hard topics are hard, definitely are hard. But yes, you are right. We should be thinking about both aspects that may happen and be aware of that at every moment.
I am always very positive, but I am also a realist, you know.
Yes.
I see these things. I know about these things. And these are things that, and like you said, it's a sad topic, but it's reality. And what a lot of people tend to do, because it's sad, they don't want to touch it. But
Mm-hmm.
you need to address that.
This is me. This is me in this group. Well, and unfortunately, I do have life insurance because
Yes, which is
I
really
had
good.
it. Yeah, but I have it because I was kind of forced because I had to take a loan for a business I launched in the past. So with this loan I took, the life insurance was like forced by a bank as a condition. So as
Right,
I
right. Yeah,
have it,
usually banks do
yes.
that.
Yes, they care about you, but they care about this long you pay, doesn't matter you are alive, you are dead, but they cover themselves, they're smart.
Yeah, but you
So
know what, Iwana? You know what? It's actually not legal. They're not supposed to do that.
then in Spain, in Spanish banks, I was told this by different Spanish banks, I suppose depending on the country, but
It's
here I suppose it's
absolutely
legal.
not
Oh
legal
really?
anywhere in Spain or
Oh,
Europe or whatever. It's not legal.
so why they do that? This is like a main
They do it
condition
because
to take loan.
they get paid. They
Of
get paid a
course,
commission, and it's a very big
of
commission
course.
because what they do is they calculate the premiums, and then
Uh-huh.
they look at this. I think they get a percentage of the sum assured. So if you've got like if you've got, for example, if you've got like a sum assured of 1 million,
Uh-huh.
whoever sold you that commission, that policy will get, I think, 1.5% of that.
Welcome to commission paid world. Well, you used to work in banking, then you know
Exactly.
absolutely every
That's why I
detail and
know.
secret.
That's why I know. You know,
Crazy.
I'm not sure in Spain if they get 1.5. They might get like 0.75 or something like that. It's still a lot of money that they will get.
But
You
imagine,
know.
maybe this is illegal due to the law, but anyway, it's one of conditions that you must accept if you apply for um, like like how it's called, like the loan you take, buy
Mortgage. Mortgage.
mortgage, the one you, yeah, the one you take to buy a home, or you take a big mortgage for a
They,
business. Then
do you know what?
they force
Do
you for
you
this.
know what? They should not force you because it's illegal.
But they do. This is, if you don't accept these conditions, you will not get a loan. So maybe it's not
It's
illegal.
they're supposed as advisors, you know,
Mm,
or you know, mortgage managers, they're supposed to make you aware of it. All right. They're supposed to
yeah.
actually do a soft sell by, in the end, you make the decision because they give you the information. All right.
Hmm.
And from that information, they give you the pros and cons, and it's usually the cons, you know, of not taking this, you know, insurance, you know. So they should touch you emotionally. That's the idea, you know,
Hmm.
so that you wake up and like, oh, you know what? Let me pay. But in Spain, they tell you that shoe
No,
mask is a condition, and it's not
yeah, yeah.
true.
But no, no, in Spain it's true because I checked it with different banks in the past. Okay, even if they give you the loan, as the same way as you sign the papers in notary and as you have to fulfill some other conditions, you have to sign the life insurance with that bank because at that time I was having private insurance. It's like this in all the banks. You cannot take the loan without
It's
signing.
not true. It's
Well,
not true.
maybe
They
I,
tell you this,
yes,
but
you
it's
see,
not true. It's not true.
yeah,
They, you know, that they tell you this because obviously it's sort of like a risk, you know, if you die.
of
But
course.
in the end, if you don't pay the loan anyway, it's a risk anyways. You
Yes,
know?
come on. But this is the last thing I would worry about after being dead. You know, like I either focus on going to heaven or doing some good deeds. Ah, yeah.
If you don't pay the loan and you don't have money, how are they going to get money from you? They're not going to get money from you.
Of
The
course.
only way they will get money from you if you've put an asset as
Uh-huh.
collateral. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And even if you
Yeah.
put an asset
Like
as
a
collateral,
guarantee.
it
Guarantee.
depends how much somebody wants to pay that asset for. You
You
know,
see,
it's
the
not.
banking world.
So
Mm,
either way, they're not winning, to be honest, you know, because
correct.
they actually, when they sell insurance,
Mm-hmm.
they sell insurance for another, like, insurance company. Sometimes they will collaborate, you know, with an
Yes.
insurance company.
Mm-hmm.
So it's coming under, you know, the bank's umbrella, but the bank is not
Yeah,
joined with an
yeah, yeah,
insurance
yeah.
company. It's just like a
Yes.
preferred insurance. They get a lot of money for that.
They are bad because their money, their business is about making money. So I'm not surprised.
Exactly. Exactly. In the end, it's all about making money. But if you think about it, you know, putting the business loan aside, because
Mm-hmm.
that's totally different, really. With the
Yeah, yeah,
business
yeah.
loan,
I was forced. I was
suppose
forced.
you can remove emotion, you know what I mean? But when it
Of course.
comes to like family and yourself, you know, if you don't have anything else to support you, if you don't have an income and you don't have any savings, absolutely take out an insurance policy that will
Yes.
protect you should you lose your job or should you be in a position where you cannot work, you
Mm-hmm.
know. It's extremely important. And for people with children who don't have a lot of disposable income, think about when you go drinking, when you go out, how much you spend, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
you know, people spend a lot of money at the weekends. 50 euros, 100, well, actually more than 50 euros. People
Of
spend at
course.
least 200 euros at the weekend, right?
I mean, going for dinner, for some drinks, for sure you can pay an insurance fee per month.
Tapa,
So,
tapa here, tapa there, tapa. If you sit down and you calculate how many tapas and beers you've
of
had,
course,
you will find, I'm sure it's at least a minimum of 150 euros, for Friday
of
and
course,
Saturday.
of
Now,
course.
if you think about that, and it only costs you like 40 euros to buy
Yes,
a policy that protects you, why not do it?
of course. And especially as you are mentioning Friday and Saturdays, and you have 4 weekends within 1 month. So definitely, it's just
Yeah,
about
yeah,
setting your priorities on your spendings and organizing your financial life.
yeah. So people, think about a life insurance as a piggy bank if you don't have a disposable income, all right? Protect yourself from any adventures in life that may come your way, events that you never know. We're living in an environment right now where tomorrow is not promised anymore. So wake up, protect yourselves, and protect your loved ones, and stay safe. If
And
at all.
And again, because I know that you are such an expert in banking and all these topics, do you have any insurance company you could recommend for other people?
Uh, yes,
Your favorite?
absolutely. I prefer Zurich. They've been around for such a long time, and you can find them in
The Swiss company, right?
Zurich. Yes, Zurich Insurance. That
Okay.
you can find them all over the world.
It's a
And
Switzerland-based company, I suppose, by the name.
yes, yes, but I think they have got like what you call them. You can find like a branch in different
Offices?
countries and this kind of thing, different offices. So I absolutely recommend them because they've been around and you find them all over the world and really really fantastic I think. And I'm sure and we do know some local ones for people living in Spain. Okay,
Uh-huh.
if you want to find out a list of the local ones that we think are very good, please drop me a line at
In the
MNEY.
email over there, somewhere
Exactly.
here.
And you, yes, at gmail.com. And you can see it going right across the screen. So I can let you know because in Spain it's kind of like a very special, jurisdiction, yes, you can get insurance with all different types of insurance companies, but I would highly recommend Spanish ones.
Spanish
If
market,
you're
Spanish
in Spain.
market, you mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, and
yeah.
for example, if you live in Germany, you recommended local ones as well. Always local ones for each country. Okay,
Yes,
why is
I
that?
would recommend. Well, I think if you're living in Germany, actually not so much because there's like it's a very competitive market, and pretty
Hmm.
much each insurance company is very well known, worldwide.
Hmm.
But I find living in Spain, it's extremely
Uh-huh.
important that you actually go with a Spanish one because they operate differently. You know what I
Oh
mean?
wow, what is the
Yeah, yeah,
difference
yeah.
like?
I've had I've had an experience, and some people have had some experiences, and we've kind of compared
Uh-huh.
notes, and we found that
Okay,
best to go with a Spanish one, and in fact, a big Spanish one, that
okay,
everyday people can walk in and stuff like that. And they're pretty good. The infrastructure is fantastic. The response times are fantastic. Whereas if you
nice to
go with
hear
a
that.
franchise, if you go with a franchise one, that's probably, worldwide known, it takes forever. And I think it's because of the bureaucracy, a lot of
Oh,
things that
okay.
they have to supply, to get it through. Because you have to understand, when you make a claim in Spain, majority of the time the police are involved, you
Why?
know. Yeah. majority of the time on like other insurance, policies and things like that. Majority of the time, the police are also involved. Which is very
Okay.
strange. Like in other countries, you don't need the police. Why do you need the police? You just go straight to the
Exactly.
insurance
That's
company.
strange.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
good to know that.
Yeah, so I think with the franchise ones, where like the big names that I've mentioned, um, it's not because to resolve
Mm-hmm.
your problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because they want to take a long time to resolve your problems. I think it's because they have to deal with
Yeah.
the bureaucracy. You know,
Yeah. So they are more
and,
efficient, basically, on Spanish
no,
market.
not because not they're more efficient. All of them are efficient, but
Uh-huh.
I found if you go with a franchise one, it
Mm-hmm.
takes longer than if you go with a local one, with a Spanish one,
Yes. Maybe
because
like
the local
less, yes,
Spanish one they're used
hierarchy,
to
the
it.
flat.
Yeah,
Okay, I see. I see.
yeah.
Well, this is very good to know
So
then. Very
yeah,
good to know.
so this is it. So that's all for today.
Yes,
It's
that's
just to
true.
bring to you, just to bring to you to please, please, please think about insuring yourself. We're living in a very interesting moment right now. Okay, make sure that you protect yourself against any illnesses. Look, no one ever knew anything about COVID, but alas, we have COVID.
You see,
So
you never know.
exactly. So protect yourself, and also protect yourself from life insurance. Okay, that protects you against any death and this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So don't forget to like us.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel,
Yeah.
and then share this video with anyone that you feel can benefit from it, because we're coming to you raw,
Mm.
and we're everyday people, and we're here to give you tips. You wanna?
Excellent. Of course, we are also available and the mailbox, the email you could see before, and we will put also in the video description. So feel free to send us any email, any comment or doubt you may have.
Perfect. And on that, we will say bye bye for now and see you on Sunday. Thank you for joining us.
Goodbye.